Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie, this is Percy, and today is the start of Do the Thing-A-Thon. I do not like how high my camera is. Let me just... That's better. I had way too much headroom. Yes, it is Monday the 24th today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my plans for the readathon, what I've read so far today, and then kind of my plans for the week, and Percy will sit here and be adorable. And he has got dirt on his nose. Cats. Okay, so it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. I just got home from work. And I'm a little bit out of breath because I kind of had to rush because I have a class that starts in half an hour. It is a virtual class, but it was almost kind of looking like I wasn't going to make it back in time. So, I was kind of rushing, and he just has dirt everywhere. So this, if you're new to my vlogs, you're new to my channel, this is usually the pile of stuff that I'm kind of working on / would like to get to, and that is true of this vlog as well. So there's a lot here. I know I'm not going to finish all of this. It's a week. This is ridiculous, but I would like to make decent headway on getting books off this pile and even just getting further into certain books are on there that I know I won't finish in a week. So yes, there are two piles there because I tried to stack it as one and it was way too big. So yes. So as for what I have done so far today, I have been reading Girls with Sharp Sticks by Suzanne Young for the last couple of days. This is a reread for me. I've also been using it as my commute read. I get about 40 minutes on the train there and back from work at the moment. What are you excited about? So I've been reading this for the last few days, and I just made it to part 2 on the train this afternoon, so I'm 250 pages in. Do not have that much left. I have the day off tomorrow at the moment. I'm hoping that one of my co-workers has been really sick the last few days and I've been covering all of her shifts. I'm really hoping she's not sick tomorrow somehow, because I need to get started on a bunch of uni assignments, and it's the last week of uni before exams, but I don't have any exams, but it's like assignment time. So that being said, I'm gonna try and finish this tonight, and then I will pick something else to read on the train for Wednesday and for the rest of the week probably. So I think I read about 100 or so pages of that today. I also read a little bit once I got to work. I was there a bit early, and all that sort of stuff. Please stay. And then this morning I read a single chapter of Emma, just while I was waiting. I had a little bit of time between getting up and doing all the stuff I needed to do and having to get the train, so I read a chapter. I am 240 pages into this one. I don't know that I'll finish this one this week. I would love to, but if not, my goal is to make it to volume 3, which is page 367. So that's what I've been working on today. I'm just going to take some time to relax. I just made some tea, so I'm going to do that before my class starts, and I will keep you updated on everything else, hoping to also get some reading done tonight, and maybe a movie. We'll see. So I think you can tell that the pile has gone down quite a bit since yesterday, and yes, I have quite a bit to update you on, so we're going to jump straight into it. First up, like I thought I would, I finished Girls with Sharp Sticks last night. Loved it as much as I did the first time, really looking forward to picking up the second one. I think I'm going to pick it up tomorrow and use that as my train read for the next few days. I think it's shorter than this one, but it's also not the same size. So yeah, whether it actually is shorter or not, who knows. And then I have these here to talk about. So we have The Parasites by Daphne du Maurier, Some Like It Wild by Teresa Medeiros, I don't know, and Women of the Dunes by Sarah Main. I have decided to unhaul these three for a couple of different reasons. This one, I read the first 50 pages of it last night. I had no idea what was happening. I couldn't follow who the characters were meant to be, and I just wasn't interested, so it's going. Some Like It Wild, this is the second book in this series. It's just a duology, but I realised that I didn't care. Like, I just didn't want to read this story. Not interested. I have so many other historical romances that I could be reading that, like, why bother with one that I'm not really interested in? And then The Parasites, I have tried to read this book 3 or 4 times and I've never gotten through it. I made it the furthest this time. I made it to page 50. Du Maurier is one of my favourite authors, but this is just plain bad. It's just, the characters are so pretentious and awful, and there's also kind of a weird uncomfortableness about it, that, like, I don't know. So it's about these 3 siblings, and the 2 older ones kind of have this weird relationship where they're very attached to each other, and it just makes me feel very uncomfortable. I don't know if it was supposed to be, like, kind of incestuous, but it just kind of felt that way and it was uncomfortable, and I don't want to read it. So getting rid of that one. So those are the ones that I've taken off the stack. I had to remind myself that there's no point putting more things onto the stack until I get through some of these. So my plan is now to be able to make these 2 piles into one, which I could feasibly do now, but I mean in terms of, like, I want the stack to be able to stand and not fall over. In theory, I would have to read 5 books to make it into one. Obviously, I'm not just going to stick to these 5. I'm going to read ones from here and just whatever to make it fit. And now I'm going to tell you what I read last night and this morning. It's about 2 o'clock. I just made myself a cuppa, put on some fluffy socks, and I'm just going to read for now. And then I've got some stuff I need to do before work tomorrow, just like packing, putting things together that I need for work, and doing a little bit of tidying and stuff as well. So I started Disability Visibility by Alice Wong, and I read the first section, so that was 81 pages, as well as the introduction, and I am really enjoying this. It is definitely a hard read, but I am really enjoying it, and I've definitely learnt some things from it. Disability is such a subjective experience that my own experiences with disability and with chronic illness are nothing like any of these experiences. There are little things that are like, oh yeah, I've felt like that before, or I can understand that, but a lot of these are American, so very different experience just within that, let alone within other other identities and things like that. So yeah, I'm probably not going to read any more of that today. I think there's 4 sections, and I think I'm going to spread those sections off over the next 4 days. They're really nice because they're little essays and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of a good thing to be able to read when I get home from work, and I don't really feel like reading too much. Like I can just read like one essay, or in the morning before I head off as well, and so forth. And then today I think I'm gonna work a bit more on Emma. I read a little bit last night, and I'm now 240 pages in. I can't remember what I was before, but yeah. It's kind of a miserable day today, and it is supposed to rain soon, so that's why my plan is to kind of curl up here. I'll probably use my blanket here and Percy and just just chill for the rest of the day, and enjoy my day off. So let's get to this then. Hi everyone, it's now Friday. So some things have happened, and I guess we'll just get straight into it. Melbourne is back in lockdown 4.0. Woo! We're in lockdown for the next 7 days as of last night. Honestly, I'm fine with it. I don't hate lockdown. Things are, lots of people are saying this on Twitter, things are way more accessible. Like, I can have telehealth appointments and things like that, and that really works for me. Kind of sad that I don't have to go to work, because I do actually really enjoy my job, and yeah, I'm kind of sad that I have a week off, but also it gives me a lot of time to do some pre-filming, some working on some posts, and reading a lot and catching up with assignments. And also I can wear this jumper every day for the next week, and yeah, if you know what this is from, this quote, there we go. If you know what the quote is from, you are now my best friend. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules, but I do come with a free Percy, so there's that. But let's talk about reading. So Wednesday, I think I updated you guys on Tuesday. Wednesday I had work. I honestly didn't really do a lot of reading. I did accidentally buy a book though, but it was just one. It was also signed, so yes, but that's okay. What else? Yesterday, Thursday, also didn't do a whole lot of reading. I mostly just slept yesterday, to be honest. It was just nice to kind of know that, like, hey, I don't have work tomorrow, I can just rest, I don't have to force myself to do anything. So that was good. Today is Friday the 28th. Percy's down here, he's clearly not going to come up, but it is his or our 4-year anniversary. So I adopted him 4 years ago on this day, and we've had lots of cuddles this morning, and he's very happy that I'm home, and he also has a special treat with his dinner that he doesn't know about. I mean, he's a cat, he has no idea. But yes, we've got that. I have also just been taking it, just been relaxing today, as well as the happiness of Percy Day. It's also, it would have been my mum's birthday. My mum passed away quite a few years ago, and this is always a tough day. Yeah, it's one of those things you never get over, right? And it's just it's kind of a sucky reminder. I've been doing okay today though, and yeah, just lots of cuddles with Percy and a little bit of reading. So we're going to talk about it. I have now gone down to 4 books on the extra stack. So I tried to read this. This is Freakery, which is edited by Rosemary Garland Thompson. It's supposed to be about like freak shows and circuses, and I thought it was a disability studies book because that is, you know, something that you see a lot in freak shows and circuses of the 1800s. And Rosemary Garland Thompson is disabled. I read another one of her books which completely changed my life and was the whole reason that I finally started accepting the label disabled. The label disabled, okay. I've been disabled my entire life. I was born with it. I was born disabled. I was born with the condition that I have, or one of the conditions that I have. Okay, here's Percy. Oh my god. This was some ableish shit. Truly. I read the first 30 pages, and in which they use the R word about, I don't know, somewhere between 5 to 10 times, and I was like, I am not here for it. So, it's going. It's literally, I considered like legitimately throwing it in the trash. But instead I'm just gonna, that's his whiskers. I'm just gonna pass it off. And yeah. Someone will find some use for it. I don't know what that use is gonna be. Please don't show people your butthole. They don't need to see that. They really don't. They don't want to see it. Okay. The question is, can I reach the books without annoying him? Okay. Yes, I can do it. As you can see, I have many things to talk about. First up, let's start with this one. I think I read this Wednesday night. That sounds about right. This is The Five by Hallie Rubenhold. This is about the women that Jack the Ripper killed, and I am now 89 pages into it. So I have read the first section about the first woman, Polly. I don't remember. Polly Nichols? I don't know, it just says Polly. Yes, so I read that section, which was about 45 pages, because I had started it. I know I'm not going to finish this one in the week, but I would like to perhaps get through the next woman, who is Annie. It doesn't say their last names. So yeah, I'm going to try and do that, which is page 157. I'm bad at maths, so there's no possible way that my brain could do that. What else? I read a little bit more of Emma, and I'm now on page 270. Look at that. I in the grand scheme of things, that's not that much left to go. I have about 100 pages left of this volume, which was my original goal to finish, and now I'm like, why don't I just like finish it, like try and finish it this week? Could I do it? Okay, so there's that one. Real quickly, I started Get a Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is a buddy read with my best friend, and I literally just read like the prologue and instantly was like, yeah, this is good. So I'm not usually a contemporary romance reader. I don't really ever branch out of my historical romance, but the things I do for Angel, yes, so that, and then I'm hoping I have something in my eye. I keep getting things in my eye lately. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna try and finish that this weekend because it is nice and short and it's a romance, so it shouldn't take me too long. And then today I've been focusing on Tales of Angria, who knows what it is, by Charlotte Bronte. I'm now 88 pages into it, so I've read the first story and like half of the second. I have the two bookmarks in here. This is where I am, and this is where the actual like stories end, and the rest is just notes. So tonight I'd like to finish that second story and maybe move on to the third one. But yes, that is the update. So I now have 4 books on that pile, and I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I could finish 4, but that means I do seriously need to get my ass into gear. So I will catch you all tomorrow. I do have my reading sprints tomorrow, so I'm hoping maybe I can knock a book out in those. I have a couple here that I have started and that I am a decent way through that I totally think I could do. So I will see you all after that, hopefully with a book finished. Okay, Saturday. My cheeks are very red. I just woke up from a nap. After the live show this morning, I literally did a load of washing, and then I went and had a really long nap. Really, those were the two main goals for me today, was to do the live show and to do a load of washing. So, did that. And I'm going to tell you about my reading now. I just made a cup of tea, so I'm going to do a little more reading now after I tell you what I read last night. So, I fully intended to read Get a Life Chloe Brown last night, but I ended up reading a little bit more of Tales of Angria, you know the drill by now. So I read that second story, and I'm now on to the third. So that is page 127. Yes, I would like to read that next story. It is probably about 70 pages. So yeah, I'm actually finding this quite quick to read, and it does make me laugh because one of the characters' names is something Percy, so it always refers to like Mr. Percy and just Percy, and I'm just imagining Percy with like a top hat on and like a monocle and like a suit. And that brings me a lot of joy. I keep yawning. Yes, so I would really like to read that one, which would bring me up to almost 200 pages. This is almost a 500-page book, so don't think I'm going to finish it in the next 2 days, but that's okay. And then I also read a bit more of the 5. So I'm now on page 123. I think I read the first 2 chapters of the second woman. This woman's story, which is Annie, finishes on page 157. I think I'd like to try and finish that tonight, finish that section. And then, yes, I have 3 women left to go. So, as for this morning, on the live show, I decided to read the song Rising by Samantha Shannon. I started this back in Feb. I read 20 pages and put it down. And yeah, this morning on the live stream, I read up to page 145, which is the very start of part 2. Yeah, really enjoying this. I wonder if there's a part 3. There is a part 3, so maybe I will try and read part 2 tomorrow and part 3 on Monday, and then finish this off and be done with it, so that I can move on to book 4 finally. So I will probably read a little bit of that tonight, possibly, but I do really need to get to this, so that, yes, I can write the discussion with Angel. So with that being said, we're going to get into stuff today. Nice and quick update. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, it's Sunday, which means it is the end of this vlog, and I'm going to tell you about what I have managed to read since yesterday. I have 3 to talk about. So, Tales from Angria, I didn't finish it. Decided to do an effort. Do you ever spend I think I spent an hour and a half reading this book, and then suddenly it just clicked that I didn't know who any of the characters were. I didn't really know what was happening, and I was just kind of reading it for the sake of reading. So, DNF'd it. Feeling good about that. So yes. And then I finally finished Chloe Brown this morning. I love this. I thought it was incredible, and I'm really happy that I have it done now. And then I also read more of the song Rising. I read to page 212. I was hoping to finish it before I filmed this bit, but I instead decided to spend the day cleaning my fridge. So I haven't finished it, but possibly we'll finish it tonight. If not, tomorrow. I don't have that long to go. I think it's about 120 pages until the end, so I think I should be okay with that, which leaves these books. So if I stack them, no, that's not a good idea. Oh no. Okay, we're just gonna have to leave it like that. We're so close to making it one pile. I think if I rearrange them, I'll be fine. But it's coming up to June, which means I'm gonna have a new TBR. Things are gonna be moved across, and yeah, you will see that in my next reading vlog. I will be, for the next few weeks, hopefully doing them weekly, and you'll see how things go, I guess. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're doing super well, and I will see you all next time. Bye!